Endometriosis. It feels like my insides are going to explode. You can't walk, you can't eat, you're literally unable. It's literally a life of bed rest. The pain is so bad you can't do anything, and because of it, you miss school or work during that time, and you may never be able to have children in your life. And it's literally like your womanhood is being stripped from you. PCOS. You literally think it's just a stomach bug until you feel the explosion inside of you due to a toxic fluid from a cyst exploding. You lay there curling up in a ball and crying, thinking you're dying because of how hard the pain is. Cramps, that evil pain that affects you in every single way, that causes you to lay in bed all day or curl up on the couch, and all you want is chocolate, and you have people cater to you, but you know you're still dying from the pain, and nothing they can do can really actually help you. This all led to the depot shot, which is known as the evil birth control choice, given to patients with endometriosis like me, causing my 18-year-old self to go through menopause, mood swings, hot flashes, panic attacks, breakdowns, everything that was not normal to a young girl. Depression. The moment you burst into tears because no one realizes how unhappy you are, and you start to go unnoticed in hopes that people will, but they don't. Not even your family, not your friends, no one. You stop going to school, you skip shifts at work. If you show up to school, it's only even for like half a day, but barely. You can't get out of bed, you lose motivation to do anything, even the stuff you used to love. You stop talking to your friends, you stop going out, you begin to feel empty, and everything begins to hurt. You truly feel sick. Menopause. You find out that you're 18 years old in high school. Supposed to be worried about graduation and prom, boys. But no, you're 18 with menopause due to taking the Devo shot that's supposed to help all the stuff that you have going on. And you can't sleep at night, and you begin to have hot flashes, and you find yourself taking naps during the day because you stay up all night with insomnia due to these hot flashes. And you have mood swings all day long, and people start to think you're the exorcist. You literally become a monster, and you cry almost at everything, but then you smile the next second, and people literally have to think that you've become bipolar. Hot flashes. You go to sleep all cold, and then eventually, you're going to need the fan on, and then all of a sudden the blankets start coming off, your clothes start coming off because you woke up in the middle of the night, yet again, drenched in sweat, and you find yourself chugging bottles and bottles of water because somehow you ended up in Afghanistan. Your hot flashes get so bad that nothing helps, that you're literally lying in bed, awake for hours and hours, swatting yourself in front of the fan because nothing seems to make the heat go away. You find yourself with anxiety. You start to overthink everything, your life, your family, your friends, school, work, and you think you aren't good enough. You begin to get so paranoid, and you think no one cares about you. You find yourself running around physically because you're running around in your head so much, and then your existence and everything starts to bother you, so you begin to lock yourself in your room and hide out because that's how bad your anxiety gets. And you just want to make it all stop, so you find yourself literally in mid-daylight hiding in your bed because you just want all the thoughts to stop. Mood swings. That day where you think everything's gonna be great, that everything's just butterflies and rainbows. You look outside, the birds are chirping, and everything's so sunny and so great. It is that minute where you're completely happy, and the next minute you're crying over everything. It just seems like your world just came crashing down on you. You start breaking things, and you just have no idea why. Your mind is like a jumble of things. Like one minute you're happy, the next minute you're sad. You're like 20 different emotions in one, and the slightest thing can just get underneath your skin, and you just can't explain it. You have no excuse for it, and people just start calling you the exorcist. Like you're spinning your head, you're throwing up. You don't even know what the heck is going on with you, and everyone just starts to blame it on your raging hormones, which makes you feel even worse about yourself. And they start calling you bipolar and coming up with new theories for everything, but really you just have no excuse for it. You don't know why it's happening. Stress, where you're literally sick of them poking you and pinning you with different types of pills all the time, trying to tell you this will make you feel better, no this will, and you're literally in and out of the doctors all the time, and you're just sick of it all. And you also find yourself waiting till last minute to do anything and everything piles up on you. You realize you don't have enough time to finish any of your schoolwork, and you debate on taking a 0 or a late grade because that's what stress does to you. Motivation, that desire where you actually are proud of something that you want to do, that you're actually like, yeah, let me do this, or no, let me do this. But really, if I had any motivation, I would have been going to class my senior year, not laying in bed making excuses all day, not to do any of my work or even show up. but you try to find other ways to get some motivation. So you start taking walks outside, you start looking around, you start trying to find ways to feel inspired, to be your old self, just so you can be motivated to actually do your work, because you know this is what you want to do. Like, you're motivated to try to find motivation in your life. Strength, the quality or state of being strong, it's also knowing that you can overcome anything that comes in your way. It's also being in middle school, being told that you have two unincurable diseases, that they can't do much about it by like sampling different medicines, giving surgery, but there's just no cure, and that you're in middle school living with one of the biggest things that could be possibly ever happening in your life, and you know that you can overcome it. You know that you're trying your hardest. It's also the fact that you know that you're doing everything you can be doing. It's also knowing that you're not going to let anything stop you from being who you want to be. You're not going to let anything come in your way. It's also honestly knowing that you're not less of a person than anyone else, that you're just as strong as anyone else, that you can be anything you want to be, and that no one can tell you what you can and can't do just because you may have an illness, just because you may be out a couple days. It doesn't mean that you're any less of a person than they are.